Paul, you make those 2 free throws there to make it a 4-point game in overtime. Just how good does this win feel?
Yeah, it feels great. Another overtime game against the same team. Last game obviously wasn't how we wanted to end it, and we just wanted to end it the right way today. They're a really good team, and we stuck together until the end and found a way to get a win.
Mm-hmm. You got the Gator belt in practice on Tuesday. Just how much confidence have you been playing with now that you're back in the starting lineup?
Yeah, we've all came together this last week or two, and we're playing better basketball together as a team, and starts on the defensive end, of course, and then we're just trying to keep getting better because we only got 6 games left, and we're going to try to do our best we can for those last 6.
Yeah, Boston, you make that half-court buzzer beater. I know Schimmel has his promotion with that 2K right now going, and there were students here. Just how awesome was that shot?
Man, it felt great. I think this is my 2nd of the year so far. I think I had it versus Waldorf early in the year, so it's not nothing new, but it felt good when it came off, so I was just happy about that. Happy it went in.
Yep. You get that and one there to go up 79-77. Just take me through that play coming out of the timeout.
Man, like our coach was saying, it's a boxing match, and we were like in round 12, so, that's when it gets critical. So just going back and forth, we knew we had to make a big punch, then come out and assert ourselves and take the lead. I trust in this team. I trust in everybody on this team, and I knew down the stretch we could pull it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with Caleb going out, just how did it feel to become the focal point of the offense?
Man, good, but just I feel like we all just played off each other. I don't think it was just me. Paul, he got it going hot. He definitely got it going, rebounding his butt off. So it was just a team effort, man. Yeah.
Paul, you were the one guarding Brunner on that last play where they had a chance to tie it up. They were down 2. Just what was your mindset on that possession, trying to guard him? I think he had like 28 points at some point. I don't know how many he ended up with, but, with him being such a tough scorer to guard, what was your mindset?
Yeah, obviously he's a really good player. He can score from anywhere on the court, so, I didn't want to give him an easy look from 3, obviously, and then he went baseline and just tried to wall up as good as possible. I think Lahat came over, walled up too, affected the shot a little bit, and then just tried to get the rebound.
And then for both of you, how would you say the mindset kind of changed when you see your leading scorer go down, he leaves, he can't come back? How does that kind of change for you guys, or what does that change for you guys?
Man, it's difficult, but again, just next man up, man. This team, we've been with each other for a while now, so we know how to play off each other, play with each other, so it hurts seeing Caleb go down, but it's a big hit, but again, just next person up.
And for both of you guys, how does it feel, the fact that you guys were able to come out on top in this with him going down? Some teams would have folded if their best player goes down. You guys didn't. You guys stuck together, came out with a tough win. How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels great. A lot of us probably have thought about this game a lot, the last 2 weeks since the last time we played them, and, we really wanted to get this one back, so it feels great.
And Boston, 26 shots. I'm curious if you felt like personally you had to step up and kind of take some of that larger offensive role tonight?
Man, yeah, I didn't even know I shot that many, honestly. But just happy we won, honestly. You got to do what you got to do to win, man. It's a dogfight.
And then I think one of the first plays of OT, you went in, you got fouled, you scored the layup. You kind of stayed on the ground for a bit, staring at the ceiling. I don't know if you remember, but if you do, what was going through your head in that moment?
Tired. But, you can't let your opponent know, so you got to get your rest when you can. And that's what I did. So I was just happy we won.
All right. Man, it's something about Denver and going into overtime, right? I told Jeff before the game, no overtime. The best part is we have a bye, right? And they got to go back and play St. Thomas. So credit to them. They're a good team. I mean, they got one of the best scorers in the country in Tommy, and thought their role guys played extremely well too. Obviously, shot it really well in the first half, and that was the difference. And I think they just hit 3 threes, 2 in the second half and 1 in overtime. And we did a really good job owning the paint. We made it hard for him at the end of the game with Tommy just getting shots up, and we were just solid. We weren't fouling, just carrying a hand, and obviously getting the rebound was really, really important. So difference is we won the paint 48-28. We won the rebounding battle, and we only turned the ball over 6 times, which might be a record for us this year. So we got to continue to trend that way. You get a bye week and get rested up, and then the home stretch. Happy we got to win. Byes are always better when you win. versus losing and thinking about it for, 5 days. So credit to them. They played great. Hope we don't see them in the Summit League tournament, but if we do, you can probably guess it's going to be an overtime game.
Well, you already said it, so it might be destined now. But I guess 5:36 left in the second half. Denver has a 7-point lead. I don't know if you were talking to Lahad at the moment, but it just seemed after that timeout he really asserted himself on the offensive end. Just what do you think about his performance?
No
now?
lip reading from the stands. Yeah, I was talking to Lahad. Just needed him to play, just continue to play better. He sat most of the first half, and I was like, Lahad, you didn't play in the first half. You should have the energy to go get every single rebound, to be a force for us, to be great defensively. And, John asked me the same question up there, and I just said, listen, when you have a tremendous relationship with somebody, you can coach them harder, right? So I didn't say anything inappropriate or anything like that, but you got to light a fire under them and get them to play better. And, man, he had 5 offensive rebounds, some huge rebounds towards the end of the game and in overtime. And what do you have, 17 in the second half? Is that what it was? I don't even know. Played tremendous. So proud of him. The other people I'm proud of, everybody, right? We said it's going to take everybody. And you look at the box scores, and I don't look at the points. Steven Kramer barely played, was +7. Jake played really, really well. Isaac was +13, probably played the most minutes that he's played in college. Boom was +11, right? And Javon gave us a few minutes off the bench as well. And then you look at the starters like Paul. Go back and watch Paul Bruns play defense. He was guarding 0 at the end of the game, right? And if you would have asked me 3 weeks ago if we were going to put Paul on 0, I would have said probably not, right? But Caleb goes down, and Paul took it a little personal that way, and I thought he was awesome on defense. He rebounded the ball, and I thought he played great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just how much confidence do you see in Paul's eyes now opposed to 3 weeks ago?
I'll give him a lot of credit. It's really hard to come out of the starting lineup. He's a South Dakota kid. He left the school that he was playing well at to come here, and when you got to sit in your office and tell him, hey, we're going to go with somebody else, it's not a good feeling as a coach. And I can't imagine what he was feeling, but it could go one of two ways, right? It could go south pretty fast, or the competitors step up and say, I'm going to go get my spot back. And I think it was maybe a little wake-up call for Paul. Paul's a competitor. He competes every day at practice. Was just in a little bit of a slump, and more of a wake-up call, I got to get in the gym and work on my game, right, and just get in a rhythm and shoot more. And, man, he's done that, but he's also taken it to another level, rebounding and then playing defense as well. And obviously Boston played great. I know he took a lot of shots, but, man, he was right at the rim. Carried us a little bit, had 27, and made his free throws. I thought as a team, we shot 25 free throws, we made 24, which is huge.
Yep, I guess after Caleb went down, was the discussion among the coaches to kind of make Boston the focal point of the offense?
Well, he actually was before Caleb went down, because they were just face guarding K, and I was like, Caleb, you need to move. You're just standing in one spot and they're face guarding you. You need to be a screener, you need to be a cutter, you need to help us that way, and the ball will find you, right? And they weren't really guarding Boston, so we were just setting screens really low on the floor, and Boston was able to get to the rim. So I think he was kind of a focal point early on, and I think that helped him for when Caleb went down. There really wasn't many changes, right? Caleb's going to find ways to score points, and if he would have stayed in the game, he would have for us. But credit to Boston. He just got downhill, and he's 6'7", playing off 2 feet. He's really hard to stop. It's kind of like a bowling ball.
Did you feel like there was a mindset shift for Boston at all once Caleb went down? And did you have a conversation with him saying, we're going to need more from you tonight?
I told our whole team that, right? We have different analogies and stuff before the games where we compare it to something. And the way the game went last time, right? I just said it's a 12-round fight. There's not 13 rounds, which I jinxed us on that. But I said it's a 12-round bout, right? And we got to keep going and keep going. And so, on the board, you think you drop plays. I just write a number. Okay, what round are we in? We're 4. And I'm not one of the people walking around showing it, but I just flip it up to the guys this is where we're at. And so I think when Caleb went down, nobody knew what was going on. We didn't really hear from anybody, but he walked off the floor, right, and out of the arena. So we probably knew it was serious. And, just in one huddle, I'm just like, we need everybody. And we kept saying that in order to win the 12-round bout, you need everybody. I'm talking coaches, managers, everybody. And it was obviously more apparent when that happened. So I don't know if it was specifically to Boston, but I thought everybody stepped up their play to help us win that game.
What did you see on the play that Caleb got hurt?
I didn't see it. Honestly, I didn't know what happened. He came running to the bench, but I think he took a shot to his chest area or stomach, and I haven't heard anything yet. I'll walk to the training room after this and check on him. But, he came in the locker room at halftime, which I think was obviously lifted our spirits a little bit to see that he was okay. But the best part is we've played without him a lot this year, and when you can do that and have opportunities to win, St. Thomas, Western Illinois, games like that, I think that really, our guys have some confidence in themselves that, hey, we've done it before, and we're going to do it again.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what does that do for your confidence when your best scorer goes down? A lot of teams would fold, but your team stuck together, and they came back and won in a tough game.
I don't even know if it's that. It's the confidence that we got the win, right, and into the bye week. And we know we got a tough road trip coming up. We got Omaha and St. Thomas. Don't have a good taste in our mouth the way we played here against Omaha on CBS, and I think our guys are disappointed about it. And we beat St. Thomas, but we know it's going to be a really hard place to play, right? So anytime you can go into that bye week and trying to rest up and get healed up with a win, it's always better, and it lifts up the morale. So regardless with Caleb or not, we've won with Caleb before, but I think it's just, hey, we got to win, and let's get back on the right track. We played really well against South Dakota State. We're playing probably the best we played all year right now, and we got to continue to do that.
How impressed were you with Max Burchell there in overtime, going inside against Carr to get those free throws?
The reason why Max plays is because he's got Gator written across his forehead, right? So Max wants to win more than anybody. He's a tough kid. There's a reason why he was playing at the end of South Dakota State to guard Apple, right? Really trust Max, and he's a hard-nosed lunch pail type kid where he brings it every single day. And honestly, you earn trust from the coaching staff when you do that every day in practice. So, proud of our entire team, not just Max, but man, you always figure out the toughest team usually wins, and they played great tonight, but we were the tougher team, and I think the stats showed that.
And you guys opened the second half kind of slow. You guys started shooting 4 of 13. What would you contribute that to? Just off night or right, not even off night, but like
mindset. You get up a little bit to start the half, and I didn't think we took very good shots. Lahat had 2 turnovers, and I got into them because that was part of it. Like, shoot the ball. You're in the game. Like, you're one of the best bigs in the league. Go at them, shoot it. And the next time he did, he got fouled. And after that, he was pretty good. But he's trying to make some fancy passes, and it's like, dude, just go score, right? That's why you're in. You're a great scorer, and you're getting deep catches. So I think it was just the mindset where we tried to be maybe a little bit too cute instead of just being the toughest team.
And you've mentioned Lahat a few times. How key was he down the stretch? He had a few huge offensive rebounds. And how different is your team when you have him out there versus when he's in foul trouble?
Well, I'm really proud of Boom and Jake, how they played in the first half to keep us. We were winning in the first half, right? So it wasn't like we went down. We were up 5 at halftime without Lahat. But honestly, it helped him late in the game, right? He didn't play many minutes. I don't know how many minutes he played in the first half, but didn't play many minutes and only played 27 for the game. So when you do that and you go into overtime, right, he usually plays 30-plus minutes a night, and he only played 27. So you knew he was going to be fresh and got some monster rebounds for us, which ultimately could have been the difference in the game. Thank you, guys. Go Yotes.